Hey guys, it's Hans Hobbies, and this is my Tamiya WT01 Bush Devil 2 that I just unboxed not too long ago. And I apologize for any wind noise or any hand shaking that's happening today, but I'm out over by the skate park today actually to give this thing its first run and kind of first impressions of how this thing drives. I would normally drive my Tamiyas over in my backyard, but I had to be out here anyway to meet up with someone to sell some RC stuff. So I thought might as well bring this thing out with me. It's running a 4300 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride 6-cell battery pack. And this is not the first time I've ever run a WT01, so nothing too surprising here. And it's just as good as I remember it. It is running completely stock, just out of the box. It even has this is the expert built version or the XB version, so that's why it is box art. Normally my cars aren't really box art. It's running completely stock. The stock Mabuchi motor or Johnson motor, it's like 27 turns. Stock bushings still in it. I normally never run bushings, but it is an expert built, so I didn't have a chance to take it apart and switch out all the bearings yet. And stock ESC, I think it's the TBU 105BK or 107BK, whatever the stock ESC is. Stock plug, everything. The only things that have changed is I flipped the power switch. So to turn it on, you would flip the switch towards the rear instead of towards the front, which is how I like to have my power switches set up. And I put some foam washers on the body post so the body won't be damaged and the paint won't scrape off, and also won't be rattling around. And that's it. That's all I've changed so far. It's completely box stock. It's not very quick, and it's not the most graceful over the bumpy stuff, but that doesn't make it any less fun. It has about the same speed as you would expect with like the classic Bush Devil. So if you're used to the classic Bush Devil but want a bit more of a modern suspension setup, this might be a truck for you. One thing though is, as of the time of this recording, this vehicle is discontinued, so the only way you're going to be able to find it is like me on like Facebook Marketplace or on eBay or something used. I was actually able to find this brand spanking new, so if you guys want to see the unboxing video for this, I will put that at the end of this video, as well as some of my other Tamiya videos. So driving around this grassy area is pretty fun. I'm actually gonna take it to the skate park. This is the only Tamiya vehicle I've ever taken to this skate park, or a skate park at all. So it'll be pretty interesting how this goes. Fortunately, it's not fast enough for me to really jump it high, even if I wanted to. Hey. So I've moved over and came back to my house because while I was over at the skate park, I had a friend who wanted to come and talk to me. So the suspension travel on this thing isn't fantastic, but I actually like it better like this, because as you saw, it makes it a little bit more fun to drive, in my opinion, especially at this lower speed. Makes it hop a little bit better. And just kind of gives you that monster truck feel, I think. Is the average RC person going to want a WT01 chassis? Probably not. It's not very fast out of the box. The suspension is not great out of the box, like compared to modern stuff. It's not made out of the most durable plastics. Tamiya plastics are relatively durable, but they don't stand a chance against the nylon blend stuff. So here's our usual venue. It's still on that same battery pack. With that 27 turn motor and the older Tamiya ESC, this thing will last forever, especially with such a high milliamp hour battery. But even with a 3000 milliamp hour battery, like standard RTR battery, this thing will run probably like 30 minutes at least. You have to remember, these things were designed originally to be run for like 15 minutes on like a 1200 or 1600 milliamp hour nickel cadmium battery actually. So using it on a 4300 milliamp hour nickel metal battery, it's almost as dramatic as going from nickel metal to lipo with some of these things. Get better runtime, better response, better performance overall. And the battery I'm using, the brand of it, isn't even like a really well-known battery either. It's not like a Venom battery or anything like that. It's just a regular generic Chinese battery that I got on Amazon, and it's working great. Even with the Tamiya connector, which is relatively high resistance, it works great. And I really like driving this thing. Finally get to take it on some of the ramps. I did drive it a little bit off camera while I was talking to my friend on the skate park, and it performs really well at the skate park. I will have to take one of these things out. I'll take the WT01 chassis out again at the skate park and show you guys how it does. I didn't really run it super hard at the skate park, especially with this body on it, because I didn't want to ruin it. Of course, if you do end up with one of these, parts are not too hard to find. The only part that might be a little bit difficult is maybe the main chassis part, because as of this time, most of the WT01 vehicles that were out have been discontinued. I believe the only one that's currently available is the Mud Blaster 2, but that one also seems like it's on its way out. And the Volkswagen Amarok, lifted Amarok, which they call the WT01N chassis. So it's the same chassis, but it has the more of the WR02 or like comical buggy arms on it, so narrower arms. So it's a little bit more realistic lifted truck look instead of a monster truck look. But I have a story about that, but I'll save it for another video. But yeah, overall, that was a pretty good first run. I'm gonna actually continue running this thing until the battery pack is empty. I did run it on the pavement a lot, and you can see the pin spikes have already worn down pretty dramatically. Actually, more in the front than the rear, because this thing does understeer pretty hard. So if you do plan on running it on the street or on hard surfaces, definitely maybe look into getting just the standard Blackfoot tires without the pin spikes, because those pin spikes are gonna wear out really fast. But overall, it was a really fun first run, and I'm definitely gonna enjoy this thing. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube shenanigans, and I will see you guys next time.